Happy New Year. Right. Okay, everyone, please say 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Um, Very good evening to everyone, and at the same time, Happy New Year. And hopefully, this might become a very happy New Year for all of you, thanks to your own practice. Right. Then today, I sincerely wish may this session help you to gain at least some insight and some inner happiness and inner peace. Right? With that wish, let's begin the 2026 meditation program. So, at the same time, I want to appreciate everyone's presence. Right? Uh, it is up to the wise people to choose the right path and practice. There are two kinds of paths that people go through. First path is the right path, which brings you peace and happiness. And the second path is the wrong path, where you meet destruction. Wise people recognize the right path and go through the right path, and then the wise people always abandon the wrong path. Meditation is something which will help you to go through the right path, right? And now you are going to start such kind of a great process which leads you towards the right path, right? Whoever goes in the right path, finally they will end up with good results. If you plant a bitter melon tree, and then after that, even though how many times you pray the bitter melon tree to give you sweet mangoes, it is not going to give you sweet mangoes. It only will give you bitter melon fruits. At the same time, if you plant a mango tree, and then if you expect sweet mangoes, then you are going to get only sweet mangoes. Even though how many times you pray that mango tree to give you bitter melon fruits, it is not going to give you bitter melon fruits. Right? The right path is something which gives you good fruits, right? Good results at the end. So you are going to start such kind of a great practice which leads you to get a lot of good results, right? And I really appreciate your participation. And then, without wasting a lot of time, let's go to understand what we are doing here. So this is a meditation program which will run for 12 months. For 4 months, we are going to practice breathing meditation, right, under 3 steps. And by practicing breathing meditation, what we expect is to develop concentration, right? We are going to tame the wild bull, right? And then for 6 months, starting from May to October, we will practice Vipassana meditation, insight meditation. Insight meditation will help you to develop wisdom about the things as they actually are. It is going to let you experience the real truth about this nature as it is. And then that will be a big turning. If you practice well, it will become a very good, it will become a very good turning point in your life. Because when you practice Vipassana meditation, you are going to change your perspective about the things. And you will become a person who go from darkness towards the light. Darkness means the ignorance about things as they actually are. But when you practice this meditation practice, it will lead you from that darkness towards the light, helping you to develop wisdom and letting you to see, giving you an opportunity to see the things as they actually are. So that will happen that meditation practice will go for 6 months under 6 steps, right? From May to October. And during the last 2 months, we will practice loving kindness meditation. So by practicing loving kindness meditation, we will try to develop 4 qualities within. We will try to develop loving kindness. We will try to develop compassion. We will try to develop sympathetic joy. And finally, the balance of mind, equanimity. And these are the 4 things that we are going to practice, that we are going to develop during the last 2 months. Loving kindness meditation will continue for 2 months under 2 steps on November and December, right? So that is a summary of the whole meditation program. And then, right. Now you are going to start the silent meditation practice. Before that, I want to explain you the things that you need to, get accustomed to it. First thing that you need to get accustomed with is your posture. Right? We maintain a sitting posture. You can choose any posture, but I recommend the posture of cross-legged, right? Sitting cross-legged. It is called as Padmasana or the posture of lotus. Then why do we have to sit like this, right? Why do we have to sit cross-legged? So there are several benefits, right? So there are several benefits that we expect by sitting cross-legged. First one is we try to maintain the stability of our body, right? So it's just like you can see this tripod, right? Just like that, we try to create a natural tripod using both knees, right, and the back. Right? Then after that, it also helps us to balance the energy of our body, right? It also helps us to balance the energy of our body. And when you are breathing, right? When you breathe, we gain the ability to breathe easily when we maintain this posture like this. Right? You can write these things down if you want. And third one is endurance. Endurance means when you maintain the posture like this, right? Sitting cross-legged, keeping your back straight, neck straight, and head straight. It helps you to develop endurance. Um, so, you know, the great yogis and great Bantes and nuns who lived in the past, they developed the ability to uh, to maintain the posture for a very long period of time. Why? This posture helps us to uh, helps us to endure, right? Endure the physical difficulties for a long period of time, right? Then, those are the then symbolic grounding, right? You develop humility or humbleness when you sit like this, right? You give up your, you come out of your comfort zone, right? So generally you like to sit comfortably, right? You come out of that comfort zone, and when you sit on the floor, it becomes symbolic grounding, helping us to develop humbleness, right? So these are the four objectives of sitting cross-legged. But if you have discomfort, you can sit on a chair, right? Or if you have another posture, like if you have another posture that you prefer, that's fine too, right? But we recommend sitting cross-legged. And then how we have to keep our palms. We have to keep our palms right like this. We have to place the right palm on our left palm, right? Right palm on our left palm. And then we have to place both the palms in the middle part of our body, right? On your lap, right? Then next one is closing eyes. So after sitting cross-legged, keeping the back straight, neck straight, head straight, and placing the right palm on your left palm. After, what we will do is you will close your eyes. Why we have to close our eyes? What do you think? What is the reason of closing our eyes?
No distraction.
Yes. Whenever our eyes are open, then it so it will lead to various kinds of objectives which are so outside, right? That's why we have to close our I mean to avoid all kinds of distractions. So we have to close our eyes. But when we sometimes when we ask to close the eyes, certain people close the eyes very tightly, and at the end of the meditation session, they complain that they are. If you are a beginner, certain beginners complain that their eyes are aching. That's because they have tightened the eyes. I mean, when they were closing the eyes, they have tightened the eyelids. That's why. Then what you have to do is you have to understand how you have to close the eyes. Our main objective is to avoid all kinds of outside distractions. Therefore, close the eyes up to a level that you won't see the outside scenes. That's it. Right? That's it. Right. That's how you have to so make your posture, and then that's how you have to place your palms, and that's why we have to close the eyes. And then the meditation technique. Now we are going to practice the breathing meditation, Anapanasati. Ana means incoming breath. Apana means outgoing breath. Sati means mindfulness. So Anapanasati meditation means developing mindfulness, focusing on the breath which is coming in and which is going out. When the breath is coming in, what you have to do is don't go with the breath all the way in. Instead, please stop your observation at the end of your nostrils. And the end of your nostrils, that's a place that you cannot see with your naked eyes. So don't try to visualize it and imagine it, and so stop your observation at that imaginary point. Right? Just give your importance to the experience. Right? Let your experience to talk. Right? When you breathe in, please be completely aware and observe the breath, right, all the way up to the end of your nostrils. After trying for several times, very mindfully, very patiently, and consistently, you will recognize the end of your nostril. Right? Please observe the breath up to the end of your nostrils. And then after that, when the breath is going out, please observe, please start observing the breath, starting from the area where the end of your nostrils is. Right? Whenever the breath comes and touches the end of your nostrils, starting from that point, keep on observing the outgoing breath. Let the breath come in, let the breath go out, keep on observing it as it is. Then you might experience various kinds of breaths. No two breaths are equal. All breaths are unique. You cannot experience the same breath twice. Throughout your life, the breath that you experience right now, it is unique. Right? We are, if not certain meditators think, I have been observing the breath for a long time, and I'm observing the same thing again and again. Right? What is the purpose of this? We think certain meditators might think so. No, you should not think like that. Each and every breath is unique. So therefore, please pay your entire attention to this breath, all right? The breath that you're experiencing at this very moment, right? Giving your entire focus, right? Giving your entire attention, right? Let the breath come, let the breath go. Your job is just to observe. Then certain breaths may be gross, certain breathings may be soft. And later on, when you develop your meditation practice, you will start experiencing very subtle breaths. Like you will feel like a small thread going in and coming out. I'm not going to talk about it right now. I will talk about that breath, how to deal with that breath during the third month, right, on March, right, online when I'm in Sri Lanka, right. Then please practice like that. Uh, don't favor any breath. Let all kinds of breath to come and go as they actually are. Your job is just to observe them as they actually are. Right. Then right. Next one is sometimes the thoughts might come, and then after 2-3 breaths, you will go along with the thoughts. Sometimes the thoughts will run to the things which happened in the past. Sometimes thoughts will run to the things that you fear, thinking, I mean, that you fear that what would might happen in the future, right? Then sometimes various kinds of other current situations that you are experiencing at your home or at your workplace or something. But please let yourself know that right now I am sitting here to practice for me. Right? This is the meditation practice time. So I will give my entire importance to my practice. I will think about the rest after the meditation session. Thinking so, please sit and ardently keep on working, right? Keep on practicing. And then the right, whenever the mind wanders away, don't feel frustrated. Please calmly bring it back again to your breath. After another several seconds, it will wander again. Again, bring it back and place it right on your practice. Right. Start observing the breath once again. Then gradually the interims, that means the spaces between two wanderings will get shorter and shorter and shorter. And your mindfulness, your concentration will develop to longer and longer and longer and longer. Right? So please practice like that. Please act like that when the mind wanders away. Next one is, as beginners, you can change the posture. There are all students. If you want, you can change the posture, but I prefer the old students to maintain the posture throughout the session. But the new students, they can change the posture, right? Right, throughout the session. If the pain of your legs are very difficult to endure, then then you can change the posture, but very slowly, without making loud sounds, right? Being compassionate towards the other meditators, because if you make loud sound, then the other meditators will get disturbed, right? So therefore, please uh, do so with your postures, right? Now, all of you know what to do. All of you know about how to maintain the posture. You know about the technique. And now we are going to start the silent meditation practice. So, everyone, please keep your back straight. Please keep your neck straight. Please keep your head straight. Then please place your right palm on your left palm. Let your whole body to relax. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom, bottom to top. Every day when we begin the sessions, first I will do a short chanting to pay respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha to show our respect and gratitude. So everyone calmly close it with closed eyes. Please pay attention to that small chanting. And after that, we are going to start today's silent meditation. Everyone, please get ready. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vinyacharana sampanno sungato no kamino anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati Sataneva manusanang buddho bhagavati swakato bhagavata dhammo Sangdittiko akaliko ehi passiko panaiko Bacatang veditamo vinyuhiti Supanipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujumadipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Sami cipanipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadinang chattari purisa yugani Ate purisa puggala Ese bhagavato savaka sangho Ahudeyo pahuneyo Dakineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punya ketang lokasati. Tatu, tatu, tatu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive, patient mind. Everyone, please start your meditation practice. Paying your entire attention towards your breath, please start practicing the first step of breathing meditation. So, if you are a newcomer, once again, I want to remind that you can change your posture when it is painful. If it is not, so just keep on continue to maintain the same posture, and please keep on practicing the breathing meditation. And I sincerely wish may your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, please start your meditation practice silently, calmly, diligently, diligently. Bhavattu Sampe Mangalam Rakantu Sampe Tivata Samme Buddhanubhavine Samme Dhammanubhavine Samme Sanghanubhavine Sada Sutti Mavang Tuti Tato Tato Tato. Now everyone, please calmly open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom and bottom to top. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, hope you had a good meditation session. Hope you could concentrate your mind. Even though you struggled but you couldn't, don't feel frustrated. Every Buddha and every enlightened being began their practice like this. You cannot build the Rome within a day, right? Just like that, within 25 minutes, 30 minutes, you cannot attain the enlightenment, right? So you have to work diligently and ardently, right? To developing inner peace, develop the path to developing inner peace and developing inner happiness. So it takes time. You have to be patient. You have to work ardently. Just like you put your effort for the other things in your day-to-day life. To study, so you take time, and to work, you take time. Just like that, you have to put effort. The difference is you do those things externally, but this is something that you do internally. Uh, your effort is needed, your patience is needed, and working consistently and ardently is also important, right? So with that understanding, keep practicing diligently. First for the betterment of yourself, and then for the betterment of the others, right? So please practice very diligently. And when you observe the breath, first you can start thinking, okay, incoming breath and outgoing breath verbally. You can think, right, with words. This is an incoming breath. This is an outgoing breath. Like that, you can think, giving names. But uh, what you have to do is you have to give importance to your experience, right? Experience of the breath, right? Whenever you could concentrate on your breath, let go of the word incoming breath or outgoing breath. Just give importance to the breath and keep on observing it as it is, right? Then your concentration is going to develop deeper, right? Please practice like that. And now it is the short break time. If you want to drink water or if you want to go to the bathroom, you have 5 minutes. And after those 5 minutes, please come. If you don't want to do so, please remain seated inside, right? And after the break, I'm going to teach you about. I'm going to give you an introduction to the meditation, right? So now, if you want to go to the bathroom or drink water, this is the time. Right. Okay. Everyone, please say once again 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, at the end of every silent meditation session, I teach you. Uh, I teach you several things which are related to the meditation practice. When you want to go to a when you want to go somewhere, you need guidance, right? So when we teach meditation, it also needs a guidance, right? If not, we can say something. I mean, we can just introduce the meditation at the beginning, and then after that, we can have a small silent meditation session and adjourn, right? I mean, well, we can farewell to each other, but that's not the way. So, if you are serious ardent meditators who really want to develop inner peace and inner happiness in life uh, within, then for them they need some kind of guidance. So to provide that guidance, I teach. I take around 30 minutes time to teach something which is related to your meditation practice. It always goes along the meditation practice that you are going to practice, right? Let me tell you a small story which happened in Varanasi. Four young people wanted to uh, four young people wanted to uh, go for a boat ride during a full moon day night. So what they did was they went to Varanasi, uh, and there are certain young men who drink, I mean, who use various kinds of drugs, right? They also use various kinds of drugs, and they were heavily intoxicated. Being heavily intoxicated, they started, they get on to the boat and started riding, right? Striding the boat. They kept on riding, and kept on riding the boat. The sun rose for the morning, and finally, um, they looked around, right? Now they are, intoxication has gone away, and when the sun arose, they looked around. And when they looked around, they understood that the boat has not gone forward even an inch. They have forgotten to release the rope which tied the boat to a tree. So they kept on riding and kept on riding and kept on riding, but they didn't move forward even a bit. Even though someone practice meditation if with a strong effort, if they don't have a guidance, sometimes it becomes like that, right? They kept on working and kept on working and kept on working. Since they don't have a proper understanding how to practice it, what will happen is they won't improve. If you want an improvement, you have to understand the meditation technique properly. That's how you can practice it. That's why we have a small lecture, a small description about the meditation practice at the end of the session. Right? Then you were given some books, right? I forgot. Ramagaru, can you give one? Um, I have provided you books to write down, right? Please write down the important facts, right? Please write down the important factors on your book and go through those descriptions again and again, and then apply those descriptions, those factors into your meditation practice, and then gradually keep on progressing in this meditation practice. As I mentioned earlier, we are practicing Anapanasati meditation. In another word, it is called as the breathing meditation practice. Right? Why we do practice Anapanasati meditation? What is the purpose? There are two kinds of meditation techniques, and this Anapanasati meditation or breathing meditation, even though it can be used as a insight meditation, mainly it is used as a concentration meditation. Using this Anapanasati meditation, breathing meditation, what we are trying to do is we are trying to develop mindfulness with it. Right? What is mindfulness? What is mindfulness? There are so many people who talk about mindfulness, and there are so many retreats that charge a lot of money. We don't charge anything here, so a lot of money to teach mindfulness meditations. What is actually mindfulness? Very nice, good job. Yes, Dilhara. Um, Mindfulness means being aware, being able to stay at the present moment without letting the mind to go to the past, without letting the mind to wander to the future, right? Excluding all other kinds of distractions. If you can move, right? If you can you move your mind from mind forward with the awareness from moment to moment to moment, right? So with present moment, then that's the mindfulness practice, right? So mindfulness meditation. And later on, I'll teach you about those things deeper, right? Right now, just understand that mindfulness means being the ability to be aware about the present moment. So the ability to stay at the present, here and now, right? Not anywhere else. And then that's why we practice breathing meditation. And then gradually, when we practice mindfulness meditation, so there are certain objectives. I mean, there is a process of practicing this. When we practice mindfulness, it helps us develop concentration first. And then, with the help of that concentration, then we try to practice vipassana meditation. Right? So, practicing vipassana means developing insight or wisdom. So, mindfulness leads to concentration, concentration leads to wisdom. And when you develop wisdom, when your ignorance go away about the ignorance about the things as they actually are, when you start to understand the things as they actually are, right? For example, impermanence, no soul nature, universal suffering, and all those things, right? And then instead of them, when you start to develop positivities within, right? Then it starts to so it starts to form a life with peace and happiness, right? Then later on, um, it is just like it is just like um, um, creating a nice garden. Let's suppose there is an old abandoned garden where there are a lot of wild plants. A good gardener comes across this wild, long abandoned garden. But seeing the landscape, he understands that this is a perfect place to create, to create a nice flower garden. So what he does is, first he removes, right? Removes all kinds of wild plants from that garden. And if there are any good plants, good flower plants, if they are, then that person trims all those nice, all those flower plants if they are overgrown. And then instead of those wild plants, removing those wild plants, that gardener plants nice flower plants in the garden. And then what will happen is gradually those then that person begins to nourish, right? Nourish all those flower plants with water and fertilizer, and planting them at places where the sun rays can reach them. Finally, those flower plants so starts to provide. Starts to provide nice flowers. And finally, what happens is the whole garden becomes a very beautiful flower garden. Our mind is the same. We have long abandoned. The beautiful flower plants called positivities, right? Instead, we have grown wild plants called negativities. When you practice meditation, what you are trying to do is you completely try to remove those wild plants. Instead, you are going to replace those wild plants with nice plants, flower plants. There are 4 very nice flower plants that you are going to grow inside at the end. Loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and balanced mind. Equanimity, right? And then by that way, you are going to create a beautiful flower garden with it. Okay? That's the process. Then after that, when you were practicing meditation, you might have, sometimes the new meditators, they might have had a very hard time to concentrate, right? Because all kinds of thoughts come and come and overpower your mind, right? There are 5 kinds of thoughts that can come and overpower your mind. They are called as the 5 enemies of meditation. I will teach those things. I will teach about their nature and how to get rid of them during the upcoming weeks, right? I will start teaching them on February, and I will end teaching about them by March, right? So somehow, what are those 5 enemies of meditation? Addiction to sensual pleasure. Kama chanda in those days language Pali. What is the second one? Aversion, or that means dosa, right? And then after that, third one is laziness. Fourth one is the wandering nature of the mind. Fifth one is the doubt. Right? These are the 5 enemies of your meditation. And not only meditation, in your day-to-day life too. Right? Then, right. When they come and overpower your mind, when they come and own your mind, right? When they come and possess your mind, you won't be able to focus well, right? For an example, when you start to sit and practice meditation, sometimes you might start thinking about someone that you like, or some kind of food that you ate, right? Or you will past worries, or worries about past or future will come, right? You might start thinking, oh, if this would have happened, I would have been happy. This happened in the past. That's why I feel unhappy right now. Right? Or you will start thinking something related to the future, fears about the future. So when these things possess your mind, you cannot focus well. At such moments, what you have to do is, whenever your mind wanders away, you have to bring it back, and you have to bring it back once again place your attention on your breath. Right? This is just like taming a wild bull. You know uh, how the old ancient trainers of wild bulls, right? Earlier the Red Indians did it, right? Uh, so how they did it? First, they catch a wild bull, catch the wild bull, and then they tied tied the rope around the neck of that wild bull, and then they tied the other corner of that very rope, to a tree. And when they did so, do you think the wild bull becomes tamed? No, right? Then what happens is the wild bull starts to panic, and it begins to struggle. It continuously struggle, and gradually it tries to escape from the place, but it cannot escape. Why is that? Because the rope is tightly tied to the neck. So, the wild bull tries for a very long time and finally realizes that it cannot escape. How much it tried, then the wild bull starts to calm down. Right? Then, uh, then the wild bull trainer comes and starts to feed the wild bull. Right? And then gradually, the wild bull becomes a tame bull later on. Right? The mind is the same. Your meditation practice, right? Your mind is a wild bull, and your focus is a rope. Your meditation practice is the tree. When your wild bull mind is tied to the tree called the meditation, uh, uh, it won't become calm at once. Instead, it will begin to struggle, right? It will begin to struggle. It won't. Earlier, you were used to let your mind wander here and there, but right now you have started a process to not to let it wander, but to stay calm and peaceful and happy. Right? Then it won't calm down at once. It is bound to struggle, right? Trying to go to the same um, formally used places, right? Thoughts. But crushing all those 5 enemies of meditation, if you diligently practice, then what happens is the process to tame the wild bull called the mind begins. Right? Then gradually, uh, the times whenever you start to trim down the durations of your wanderings of the mind, then you start to begin. You are successfully taming the wild bull called the mind. Then, when you diligently practice, you're bound to become successful. You are also a human being. All those past enlightened beings, they were human beings too. There are countless people who practiced this meditation and succeeded, who could develop inner peace and inner happiness within. They also started like you. They also had wild minds, but through perseverance, through constant practice, with diligence, they changed themselves. Now it is your turn. It is your decision. It is it is up to your practice to work diligently for your own betterment first. And as I always mention, for all students, you are not going to keep the positivity of yourself. You are not going to limit your positivity to yourself. You are going to later on, you are going to share those very positivities with the other people that you meet in your life. You are going to make the other people's lives better too through your positivity, right? Therefore, that process begins whenever you start to tame your wild boar. And therefore, uh, whenever you feel frustrated, whenever the mind wanders away, don't feel frustrated. That's how the nature of your mind is. Whenever it wandered away, understand, oh, my mind wandered away. Smile yourself and tell yourself, oh, that's fine. Let me start again. Sit and diligently, please start again. With a very diligent mind, with a very strong determination, right? And then at the same time, whenever you sit, tell yourself, at this moment, the most important thing for me is this meditation practice. So this is the practice which is going to decide whether I am going to have a calm life or not a calm life, a peaceful life or not a peaceful life, a happy life or not a happy life. Therefore, I should start this train to change my whole life. Right? I want to even though I'm Buddhist, I'm Buddhist monk, but here we are not trying to convert anyone from one particular organized religion to another particular organized religion. Once when I teach, I am a guest lecturer at San Jose University. Once when we had a session, one student asked, right, do you convert in your religion? Right? At that time, I told them that yes, we do a conversion, but it is not a conversion like what you think. We are not changing someone's label from changing someone from one label to another label. Instead, we help people to convert from sadness to happiness, from peacelessness to peacefulness, from unhappiness to happiness. That is the conversion that we try to do. Right? Hope you get converted like that. Then, right, by this practice, then finally you understand what you are trying to do is you are trying to develop a healthy mind. When you develop a healthy mind, right, a mind which is not harmful for anyone, right, a mind, whenever you have a mind without negativities, whenever you have a mind full of positivities, it is bound to lead to positive verbal actions and positive physical actions. There are 4 kinds of people in the world. If you want, you can write these things down. First category is tamo tamaparayana, good. There are people who are in the darkness, who are in the darkness from the past, and they continue the very same lifestyle to the future, towards the future. without trying to change. They are called as the people who go from darkness to darkness. Tamo means darkness. Tamo tamaparaya. If you want, you can write these things down. Okay. There are certain people who were killing, who were harming the other people, who were stealing, who were practicing sexual misconduct, who were lying, and who were taking intoxicants, and who were practicing divisive speech, right? And abusive speech, and such kind of practices in the past. If someone continues the same pattern to the future, towards the future, that person is a person who go from darkness to darkness. Then there is another person who were practicing, who were living the life like that in the past. But later on, this person realized, oh, those practices that I have been doing, they were wrong. I should not do that. Instead, I should speak nice things and I should do nice things. Thinking so, if someone changes oneself and tries to do tries to develop a nice mind, right, pure mind, and then finally, if someone with that fine mind, with that nice mind, with that pure mind, if someone tries to practice and do good actions, physical actions, and if someone tries to say nice words, right, that person is a person who go from darkness to light. Tamo jyoti paraya. Right? So tamo jyoti paraya. That person was in the darkness in the past, and now this person is heading towards the light. And the third person in the world is jyoti tamaparaya. Those kinds of unfortunate people, they were doing good, they were practicing good things in the past, right? They had a nice mind. They were doing good actions. They were saying good things, good words. But because of maybe association of bad friends, right? Or because they develop wrong thinking patterns later on, uh, because of any such kind of reason, they start to do wrong actions verbally and physically. And they create a mind inside which is impure. That mind is, then such kind of people are called as Jyoti Tamaparaya. They go from light towards the darkness. This is the third category in the world. You might have seen these kinds of people in your life. But the fourth kind of people are the least. Jyoti Jyoti Paraya. Fourth category is the people who go from light to light. In the past, they kept on maintaining a pure mind so that they were doing good actions verbally and physically. And then, then they kept on the same pattern towards the future with determination, developing more and more purity inside the mind and engaging in more and more good physical and verbal actions for the future. They are called as the people who go from light to light. Then this technique helps you either to become a person from tamo jyoti parayano, a person who goes from darkness to light, or if you are already a person who has a nice mind, so this helps you to develop that niceness, that that positivity, that positive mind, positivity in the mind, that purity in the mind to multiply, and then you are going to this is going to lead you towards a lighter life, right? Towards a life where there is a lot of light, right? So you have started that kind of practice today, right? And hope You will continue this throughout this year ardently. And right, then work diligently and consistently and very patiently. Be patient with yourself. Don't be impatient. You cannot become, you cannot develop, you cannot develop inner peace and inner calmness and inner happiness within a day. It takes time. I'm so glad that you kept the first step forward. Now the process has begun. You have to keep on working hard. Yeah, you were given the daily schedule, and you got a leaflet, right? So every day in the morning and evening, please practice for 5 minutes. The beginners, please practice for 5 minutes, right? In the morning, please practice for 5 minutes, and in the evening also, please practice for 5 minutes, right? This is a great investment that you do for yourself, right? And on that sheet, so you have that sheet, right? Please mark. So whenever you sit in the morning, so please mark it with 1x. And when you sit in the evening, please mark that also with 1x on that particular day. At the end of the month, you have to do an assessment for yourself. And I'm not going to do it because I don't know how you have developed so throughout that month. So check how your focus has grown, and check how much endurance that you have grown, and give marks to yourself. And every month, please keep keep checking your progress. And you are given the opportunity to give 5 marks, but you cannot give 5 marks to yourself at all. You can give 5 marks whenever you become enlightened. Until then, just 4 marks, up to 4 marks. So and check yourself. This is for your own betterment in practice. Right. And after 3 months, you will get a mindfulness test, and I'm going to check how you're doing. Right. And if you have questions, you can ask those questions at the end of the session, or whenever we have question and answer sessions. Right. So make use of those opportunities and keep on growing in the practice. I'm not trying to be a big guru or Bhagavan or somebody like that. I'm trying to be a noble friend for you, right? So always take the help of your noble friend. I'm trying to do my best for you. And you have to do your best for yourself, right? The teacher only can do 25%. The student has to do the rest. I mean, the remaining 75%. But diligently, every day, in the morning for yourself and in the evening for yourself. Practice diligently for a very peaceful mind, for a to gain a very happy mind, and to come out of all the negativities, to develop all the positivities, to attain real peace, nibbana. Right? Work diligently. Work diligently. Now it is the time to conclude. Everyone, please think. Once again, I thank for coming and attending, especially all students. They have already learned, but still you have still every year I give new descriptions. So please keep practicing. And meditation practice is not something. This is not some kind of a course which ends within a year. I try to just introduce the meditation technique, but continuous practice is up to you, right? So please keep coming and practicing. I really appreciate that. So everyone, please try work very ardently for yourself and for the others. Now, everyone, please think together, all of us gathered here, practice this noble meditation technique and accumulated a lot of positive energy. By the power of all that positive energy, may all our troubles be away. May all the good things happen in our life. Practicing this noble meditation practice, finally, may all of us attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Please join your palms together and concentrate. අභිවාදන සීලිස නිචං වත්තා පචායිනෝ චතරෝ ධම්මා වඩ්ඩන්ති ආයුවන්නෝ සුකං බලං ආයුරාරෝග්‍ය සංපත්ති සග්ග සංපත්ති මේවච අතෝ නිම්මාන සංපත්ති ඉමිනාති සමිජ්ජතෝ. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good night to everyone. Take care of yourself and take rest. And again, let's meet with the second session on next Friday. New students, please stay. Old students, if you want, you can take a break. Good night, Buddhi. All right, wait for a moment. All right.
Good night, Samin Mahansa.
Good night. Good night, Mr. Huad.
Good night, Bante. Thank you. Mother could not make it tonight, so I'm sorry. Oh. Good night, Bante.